Okay.
Bum, bum, bum. Oh my god, I see it. Wait, can we hear each other?
Well,
Yes.
that's why we have Alan to let me know.
Yes.
You should be able to let me know too.
I
Okay,
don't hear anything.
Yeah, let me just. I gotta get everything else set up.
I don't hear anything at all. Oh, I hear everything. I don't hear anything at all. Oh, I hear everything.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Ew.
I can hear it in the background.
Yeah, we can hear it also.
Oh my god.
There's a delay on everything.
My bad. I had to actually click on it.
Oh, was it muted?
Yeah, it's kind of disturbing hearing yourself.
I know
Okay.
it is.
I'm going to deafen myself, and I'm going to check everything.
I just want to make sure that there's not a big echo. That's always my main concern because I always have an issue with echoes.
Is it just us three watching it right now?
No, we're live. Anybody hopping on. They can hear you. And you're also being recorded for the VOD too.
The VOD?
Yep.
Oh,
hey,
dude,
for once, Kyle, there's not an echo.
Oh my goodness, I did something right for once.
Kyle, you got that crispy audio, baby. That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
I love this microphone.
You can hear me so nasally. It's so ill.
Well, that's what happens when you're sick, man.
He's not sick. He's ill. Yeah.
Ill. Okay.
Zoomer slang.
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
Zoomer.
yeah. Zoomer stuff. Just Zoomer things.
I gotta say your little flavor text there, getting my brushes wet, kind of tickles me. I gotta say, dude.
Oh man. Back that
move.
neck real quick. Get that going.
I gotta move all the shit. No.
You ever watch any of that JoJo, Kyle?
I have not. I know you told me to. I haven't done it yet.
Dude,
You said it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, you could just log on to Netflix and check it out.
Okay.
They just dropped that Stone Ocean.
Yeah, that's right. You're telling me.
So some of it might not make sense, but it should be an overall pleasant experience for you. It's something I probably wouldn't watch with the kids, though.
Yeah, I don't think I want to do
that. But I don't know what I'm supposed to say or not say. Is it just profanity, or should I stay away from foul subjects as well?
Profanity.
Yeah, profanity is okay here and there. Tasteful profanity,
Okay. Yeah, be classy with it.
As long as you're classy like Spencer with it,
Okay. Dude, dropping them pavers, man. He's a king, bro. He's a hidden king.
I'm gonna be silent for a second. I gotta fix all my notes because I had to move it around and now I can't read half of it.
Gotta get you another monitor, man.
Buy me one.
I'm picturing he's just got like an analog setup, like he has the papers, like he's got a what are those cork board? He's got a cork board next to him. He's got like things stapled in it and push pinned in.
Hey man,
with like the lines going between everything.
The
red string.
Yeah, got that fucking techno heresy. You gotta go back to the roots.
That's what I imagine he's got there. Or even better yet, he's just got like one of those sheet music stands.
Just
he's just got his notes on it, and he just flips through them. I didn't peg you as a digital man myself.
Fucking techno heretics.
All right.
See,
you ready now, Alan?
Nope.
All right. You let me know when you're ready, and I'll do introductions. We're on just a touch behind due to technical difficulties.
Oh, a lot of technical. Okay, I got it all set up now. I have it set up so I can actually see my script and I can read chat.
Well, look at you, so fancy.
I know. I'm actually doing good for once.
Okay. Well. I could do a big brush for now. Right? Maybe? No? Yes?
Alright, I am all set.
I'm going to do this brush to start with. Okay. Well, alright, well. 5 minutes late ain't too bad. Alright, well, we're ready to start the Art of Lore. So, here we are with the Art of Lore. I'm Kyle here, the artist, working on all the beautiful terrain that I so love. I love terrain. So much fun. I'm here with my brother Alan, the Magos Explorator. Here to
How's it going, guys?
let us know the lore of his latest findings. Some of you requested. And as a special guest, as you guys can see, we brought along our neighborhood Tau enthusiast / player, Tau Kevin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to be here with you.
So he's here with us to learn about the Tau, as was requested from the last episode, was between Tau and Orcs. We got Kevin here with us, so we're doing our Tau episode. So
I
Alan,
hear they're one of the best melee factions, by the way.
We'll just go with that.
well, we have much to teach you. So today will be the Tau faction, correct?
Yes, I actually have notes on the Tau faction, and also, as you can probably tell, I am currently suffering from a scrap code. Please forgive me.
Yeah, he's not 100% at the moment, but he's gonna do his best to stay here with us. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting here pinting alone and talking to myself.
I mean, don't you do that almost every night?
Maybe. Gotta rub it in. All right, let's switch on over to our piece of terrain we're working on today. Okay, so today we're working on another fortress. Again, I got the last fortress done. I did some shading and whatnot to it. Got that taken care of. I couldn't take it anymore. I'm on the next fortress. So this is a different style fortress. It's has the different setup on it, a little bit different. Basically, it's still orc, so really no different there. Got a boiler on the sides. There are a lot more wires on this one, so I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. So, just like the last paint scheme, we're gonna get this one going, and then hopefully once this is done, I'll have something way better to do. Hopefully. Alrighty. Well, I guess that takes care of the artist portion for now.
Yeah, just trying to buy me time to get, up to speed.
Get my Iron Warriors going here.
Hey, man, I thought your brushes were, already wet, man.
Just the one.
That's all you need.
All he needs to make someone happy.
Just need that one.
So, Tau, Kevin, how much do you actually know about the Tau?
All right, well, as I stated previously, I know that the Tau are one of the best melee factions in the universe. I know, of course, that they are evil, dirty communists. And I know that their mechs are badass.
So he knows pretty much what 90% of all people know about the Tau.
Yeah, he got one thing correct.
Yeah, he got the one. So, the Tau, I'm going to tell you about today. But before we talk about the actual Tau, we should talk about their early history. So, like much of Warhammer 40k, it's not much is known about the early history of the Tau, but this is what we do know. The Tau are a blue humanoid race that live in a region called the Eastern Fringes. On their homeworld is also called Tau. They were found by a Mechanicus explorator fleet, no, not mine, 6,000 standard years ago. They were a primitive species that just mastered fire and primitive tool making, eking out a living hunting and gathering.
So hold on here.
Their culture...
Hold on here. So as you're flying around your starship, blasting through worlds and stuff, the Taus they're poking each other with sticks.
Yes, and they just figured out, ooh, fire is hot.
Yeah.
So they're smooth brain.
They are very smooth.
I gotta say, Alan, I love you. Dude, you just put on like your strongest like PowerPoint presentation voice.
Yes, I know
this. And it was so noticeable. You snapped like right into it.
Okay, listen, I know this.
This
I'm
is why
still
he's
learning.
the lore master, man. He goes right into it.
I had to switch on my I got
He's
a
like,
computer in my
son,
brain.
this is school. It is in session. You're gonna learn something today.
See, okay. You see what I did is I'm like I have a little computer in my brain. I turn that on. It tells me all about the lore.
So what year is this that they're poking each other with sticks and hunting down squirrels or croot or whatever?
It was in the year millennia 35, because we're currently in millennia 41. So it's
okay.
6,000 years ago.
Okay, so they just lost the summation of human knowledge.
Well,
They're
wait,
they're the newer species. So they didn't even get off the ground yet while like all this heresy shit's going down. So like that's how new they are to the universe.
Corner somewhere.
Yeah. So actually, what happened? Like I said, when pretty much the Horus Heresy was going on, which is I guess in year 35.
They were evolving.
Yeah, they were literally still like
they were evolving out of the water, bud.
Yeah, that's how new they are.
But they love the water so much they named their tanks after fish.
Exactly.
That's I have to say that is rather disappointing, but hey, it is what it is.
Like I said, they are literally out of lore and tabletop. They're actually one of the newest species to actually put in their code. They're like the newest faction added as a codex.
They're the newest faction out of all the ones so far.
Like literally, I think actually no, I think the Tyranids are actually newer.
You know what? I think that might be right. Possible. I don't know.
Yeah, it goes Tau and then Nids. So I think
I have another technical question, I suppose.
Yes.
Who like creates this? Is it like Games Workshop or Citadel, or who creates like
Games Workshop?
Citadel is just the paint line for Games Workshop.
Okay. So Games Workshop, did they ever say like where they got inspiration for this race from? Or anything
actually,
like that?
I will go actually a little bit further into that later on.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay. So any more questions?
I'm sorry, continue with your
No.
PowerPoint.
Yeah, my little PowerPoint.
Game Master.
Lore Master, not Game Master. All right, let me go ahead and turn my computer back on. So, they're like I was saying before, their culture was actually like very warlike. They lived in tribes that fought each other constantly for resources, much like the basic barrel worlds of the Imperium.
Okay.
But this is also where the legends of the Ethereals come in. During one of these raids, a fortress city called Photon was under attack by a tribe called the Plains Warriors. The city was built with large, impressive walls. Think of the walls like around Constantinople.
Around what?
Constantinople, Istanbul, the Byzantine city.
Of course, Istanbul.
Yes, Constantinople. Okay, let's go with that. So, the impressive walls. So the Plains Warriors have trouble getting in, and negotiations were attempted in the beginning of the siege, but the Plains Warriors literally wanted nothing less than the destruction of the whole city. So for 5 long Tau years, the siege continued. The walls held back the warriors, but the inhabitants of the city were suffering from starvation and disease. And when it seemed like doom, 2 Tau strangers showed up. One went to the camp of the Plain Warriors, and with an authority no one could resist, were ready to parlay with the settled Tau. Similarly, the other Tau went to the city, and with a word, they opened the gates for him. And in a few short hours, him and the leaders of the city met with the Plains Tau. So can you guess who these guys are, Kevin?
It's Angron.
Yeah, it's totally Angron. These guys, like I said, these guys are the Ethereals. So the Ethereals spoke with an importance of peace and understanding, with all Tau wanting a greater good for all the strive towards.
Of course.
This is the beginning of your greater good.
Yeah, the beginning of the greater good. So they agreed with them, and peace was achieved. And with that, across the world, the Ethereals emerged, all with the same authority and the same message: peace, unity, and greater good. And with that, the Tau was unified, and with this unification, techno-heresy pretty much exploded across the planet. and production skyrocketed. And in a short few decades, they made FTL ships. They expanded into what's called the Sphere of Expansion, as they called it.
That's like double expanding. I'm a fan.
And the Tau Kingdom, Kevin, Empire, has gone through 5 phases of expansion as of the area Indomitus, the current era. The expansion is done through colonization, military conquest, and brainwashing into the greater good. So with this...
Whoa. Brainwashing?
Yeah, because the greater good is so horrible.
Is it, though?
It is.
I guess it is one of the many great questions.
It is a very stupid concept. That's why it is brainwashing.
The greater good. See, the greater good gets a lot of hate because we wake up every day to benefit the greater good of our fellow brother and sister. We do not do it for the greater bad.
You know, it'd be much easier just to go in there and lobotomize them. Turn them into exterminators.
You mechanics are all like...
As the robots!
That might technically be easier.
Kyle, you're over there as a soulless machine, okay? You're even worse than the greater good.
I got my soul. I'm one of the higher ups that coming out the furnace.
Do you not remember what I told you last time? You still don't have a soul. It's just you just for the force of will, you still have sentience.
Oh yeah, I got my sentience. Yeah.
So you still don't have a soul. Remember,
it's charging my Silent King's pit wagon.
You're not a Satan.
We turned him into a battery.
That's a Satan.
Yeah, the Satan ate my soul, and then we turned him into batteries.
Well, you broke him. You turned him into You turned him into 1,000 AAA batteries, and then he powers.
Yeah, he ate my soul. We turned him into batteries. Now he's powered. Now my soul that he ate is powering the Silent King's pit wagon.
Okay, well, this isn't the Necron Lord. This is the Tau, his Lord. So let's get back to it. So yeah, with this, the Tau Empire is extremely diverse. As a couple of well-known are the Kroots, the Vespid, the Niskar, and even Trader humans. Their own colonized worlds are actually called steppes. Though it is unknown unknown how they have around 100 worlds. Their names and population is, like I said, unknown, and at a very little value for they are Tau. So no one really cares.
All right.
A known splinter faction of the steppes, though, is a space called the Far Side Enclaves. We will have to have a full episode on them at a later date because there is just so much on the Far Side Enclaves. I tried to fit them in this, and it pretty much took us to another 2 hours.
I mean, we could just agree that the Ethereal Class should be abolished.
Well, all Tau should be killed.
Wrong.
Right.
Sorry, wrong. Probably the Watercats. While we're at it, we could get rid of that.
We'll see. We can agree on a few things.
I mean, the Firecast based, Earthcast based, Aircast. I mean, they can hang around, you know.
But they're literally, so the only ones you don't want are the Ethereals of water.
Yeah, I mean, they're like succubus.
Okay, well, speaking of caste, though, let's talk about furthermore about them. So further on, let's talk about their caste system. It's a social system that places the good of the many over the few. So, like commies. Every Tau is practically a cog in the machine. Everything they do is for Tau society as a whole. There are actually 5 castes, as we talked about before. There's fire, which is called the Shas. The earth, which is the Fio.
Based.
Water, which is called the Poor.
Not based.
Air is Core.
All right.
And ethereal is Un.
Kill him.
Oh god, don't make me laugh. It makes me cough.
No, he wasn't lying.
Scrap code. Sorry. So the Firecast is primarily the military, the punching bag of the Tau Empire. The soldiers, the tankers, and they were actually originally the Plains Tau in legend who survived as hunters. Also due to this, they are generally more muscular than normal Tau.
Based.
The Earth Caste is the largest and composed of the majority of Tau society. it's not just laborers, as most people think, but it's also artisans, scientists, engineers. They're the ones that are credited for the great techno-heretical leap they made. The members of this caste are a majority of short, stout due to their labor. The Watercats is composed mostly of merchants and diplomats.
Kill them.
I was waiting for that. They are tasked with seeking and maintaining relations with all species in the Tau Empire, and also further on, to expand. Since
Well,
the Tau...
you know what? I guess the merchants didn't really do anything wrong.
Yeah, they're just over there trading.
Yeah, I mean, you could slide those guys in another caste, you know. So, you could. I mean, theoretically, you could fit them somewhere else.
Well, how about you just destroy the diplomats and just keep them as the merchants as just the Watercast?
Oh well, now now we're talking. I mean, now we're getting somewhere.
So, continuing on the Watercats, since the Tau favor diplomacy over conflict, they're actually sent first to planets to brainwash them into surrendering to the greater good. And the Watercats are usually also taller and more slim than your basic Tau. The Aircast,
boys,
pretty much. The Aircast is composed of messengers, pilots, and the services of the Tau Navy. The Aircasts are even taller and more slim than the Watercast, and actually have hollow bones due to the amount of time they spend in space.
They have hollow bones?
Yeah, because they spend a lot of time in spaceships and space stations that their bones are hollow.
Oh Lord, he needs some milk.
It even comes to a point they refuse to land on planets due to the high chance of breaking their limbs just by the gravity.
They get that frail, eh?
Oh yeah, they're poor organic flesh bags.
Aw, poor guys.
So lastly, we're going to talk about is the Ethereal Class. They are the political and religious leaders of the Tau. They resemble a mix of the muscular Firecast and a taller Watercast, but they can be easily deduced due to their a diamond bone ridge on their forehead. Origins of them are unknown, and the Tau will never ask them, so we really don't know where they come from. Nothing. It's just they showed up.
We can keep the religious part of them. Them guys are cool. Them guys are my guys. Them guys are some real guys. The other guys, I mean, this is a question. Where did they come from?
Yeah, like I said, nobody knows. They based on the legends, they just showed up.
Redacted.
They just showed up.
Yeah, they showed up and everyone kneeled.
That sounds fishy to me.
So since we're talking about their casts, let's also talk about their rankings. So the bottom ranking of all the casts is called the Sol. That is a cadet. All castes agree that the beginning, someone who's learning their caste system is called the Sol. The next one is called La. For the Firecast, that's basically a warrior. Aircast is a messenger. Watercast, they're a bureaucrat. Earthcast, basic worker. And the Ethereals, they're called a prince. After that is the U. Firecast, they're called veterans. Aircast, they're called carriers. Watercast, they're called envoys. Earthcast, they're called seniors. And Ethereals, they're called prelates. Above that is the Vri. Watercast are called heroes. Aircast, pilots. Watercast, magisters. Earthcast are called overseers. And Ethereals, they're called kings. Above that is the Il. Firecast, they're knights. Aircast, captains. Watercast, they're diplomats. Earthcast, engineers. Ethereals, they're called holies. And above them all... Oh.
They really put engineers above the working folk?
Well, because the engineer is the guy who they build the blueprints, and the worker just goes and just built it.
So some things in life just don't change.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, they just build it. Oh, good grief. Cue roundabout.
So last above though is the U. That is the highest of them all. For the Firecast is a commander, Aircast an admiral, a Watercast is an ambassador, Earthcast is a planner, and the Ethereal Cast is Ethereal Supreme. So that's how they rank those. That's why we call you Sal Tau Kevin, because you're a cadet.
Okay, I would at least be The thing that a senior. I would at least be a senior.
Well,
You're not
as
an
you get a little bit more into the Tau, you will rake up.
I mean, you didn't even know what a Sol was when we first told you.
Well, I was
You're
looking through the book, and it's not in the book.
You're obviously a cadet.
Okay. Well, you know, we'll roll with that for now. But you may come to regret your words and your deeds.
Just wait till I find my STC. So I met Kyle. You know, I thought he was like, "You're the STC, bitch!" Bam.
True story.
Crunchy.
So again, sorry, I have a cough drop because I'm trying not to cough so much on stream.
Yeah, don't do that.
So talk about like the Ethereal Supreme. Let's talk about the actual like the Ethereal's control. One of the many conspiracy theories around the Tau is that the Ethereal are actually controlling the Tau somehow. So the Tau used to be, like I said, in the beginning, warlike nomads, but now they live in a peaceful society. It's also rather odd. It ranged from psychic control to like biological, as in like some kind of pheromone coming from the ridge bones. That makes the Tau submissive to them. It mostly comes from the fans who complained that the Tau did not fit in the grimdark universe because they were supposed to be like the good boys. Everyone, the greater good. We need to unite the place to peace and harmony. And most of the fans were like, "What the fuck is this?"
So you're saying they're soy boys?
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone was like complaining about them. Like,
well, I think that's a pretty bad conspiracy theory because it's the natural progression of any civilized, like the natural progress of any civilization. You know, it begins as brutish and angry, and it slowly progresses. Civility begins to bloom, and a more tranquil aura engulfs them. Basically like humans. We used to like, dude. We used to like bash rocks over like dog heads to eat them, and like put them over a fire. And now we're all like, "Howdy, neighbor."
Yeah, totally. We're like, "Howdy, neighbor. Do you believe in the Emperor?" "Oh no." "Here, let me roast you with my heavy flamer."
Well, I mean, if they don't, that's sus.
Kyle, support me on this one. That's not true. Talk about like the universe. How often do we murder each other so easily?
Once we do the Imperium of Man episode, he'll understand.
Yeah, we gotta have him in the Imperium of Man episode now because that you're gonna learn a very hard way that there is no peace in the universe. There is only murder, conquest, and destruction.
Yeah, once we start talking Imperium of Man, he'll understand.
All right. Oh fuck.
Why can't we be friends?
Because you're a Xeno.
Hell yeah, I'm a Xeno, baby. What's up?
My Emperor hates you.
So does my Omnisaya.
Well, your Omnisaya can suck my fart.
Kyle, prepare the goddamn... Oh god, I can't think now. Oh fuck, so angry. He disrupted the Omnisaya.
Yes, sir. What you gonna do about it? Don't get in melee range.
Don't get in melee range. Oh, the Tau. Oh goodness.
Kyle, you want to show him your mug and what happens when we get into melee range?
Oh, it's too much. I think it's too much destruction to show on stream.
So back to topic. So one of the ways they decided to make them more grimdark is so you guys remember Relics of War, the Vespens?
Yep.
So you know like the two like ridges they have that looks like a antenna? That's actually not. That's actually a helmet that the Tau gave them for communication reasons. Turns out, what it actually does, it pretty much turns them into a puppet and allows the Tau to give them direct control over their bodies.
Yeah, I watched Dexter's Lab before.
Yeah, so they showed up to the town. They showed up to the Vespers like, "Hey guys, here we got these cool gifts for you." The Vespers like, "Oh, cool!" Put them on, and all of a sudden they're just turned to robots. They're being directly controlled.
I mean, they're just stupid bugs.
It doesn't sound very great or good, there, Kevin.
Well, you know, it is what it is.
Obviously,
man. Greater
giving
good.
them mind control helmets was for the greater good.
You know, like, yeah, we'll definitely, turn you into meat shields for the
Who's
greater good.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
it's for the greater good. I mean, look, we're gonna put you on the front lines. Just wear this helmet. Okay, thank you.
So we're gonna talk. Since we're talking about the greater good, let's actually talk about the greater good. So what you can't for the greater good, or as the Tau call it in their lesser dialect, the Tau Va is a direct quote from the wiki. The Tau Va teaches that every sentient being is equal and plays an important part in Tau society. It tells its adherents.
Alan, baby, you're forgetting one thing.
What's that?
Some people are more equal than other people. So keep that in mind.
Back to quote. It tells its adherents to put away petty squabbles and unnecessary things to unite for the greater good for the rest of the race. As implied in the Dawn of War Dark Crusade, the Tau have no desire to destroy other intelligent species, religion, or culture. Though it may not mean the Tau respect their right to live, however, will many embrace this ideology. Even some imperial worlds have willingly joined the Tau Empire. Other races fairly resist adhering to the greater good to pursue their own freedoms. Much to the dismay of the Tau, who see their desires as selfish and unenlightened. End quote. So that is pretty much the greater good.
Yeah, I see nothing wrong with that.
Exactly, because you're Tau.
I'm Kevin.
Alright, well, let's go with the boring part. We all know why everyone's here. They really want to hear, other than hearing about the Tau losing every war, you want to hear about their mech suits. But first, we should talk about their basic gear before we get into that. So first off is the pulse rifle. I'm going to take most of the descriptions right from the wiki. This weapon is the most common amongst the Firecast, and it ranges in firepower is far surpasses that of the Imperium Lasgun, which isn't that hard, by the way. The weapon works well with the Tau way of war, as it relies on offensive salvos, making their attacks effective. It works by using the electromagnetic induction field to propel a subatomic particle, which breaks down to create a plasma pulse as it leaves the barrel of the weapon. It's just a basic plasma rifle that is less effective. Let's just point it out. It's just a plasma rifle that sucks. Okay?
Oh, it's just a plasma rifle. It's just a subatomic explosion.
No, it's literally a little speck of plasma that hits somebody.
In this universe, that's nothing. Wait till it starts getting into the bigger stuff.
Oh yeah, you start seeing soon. It's just literally what it is. It's a step up from the basic lasgun. That's really what it is.
Based.
After that is the pulse pistol, a small, less powerful version of the pulse rifle. It's just a plasma pistol that is weaker than a plasma pistol. After that is the rail rifle. While this version is a lot smaller than weapons that are usually used in Tau warfare, it, like all rail types, uses electromagnetic linear accelerator technology to project a solid projectile at hypervelocity. Even with a smaller size, this weapon can lay down some impressive firepower. It's basically an electric sniper rifle.
Yeah, I like it.
And also, in the tabletop, you can actually overcharge it, which pretty much hurts the person when you shoot. It's just so you can get some AP.
Oh, okay. It just needs a little burn. Gets a little hot.
I think you take you take 1 wound per shot. I believe.
Okay.
So after that, this is something called the marker light. The marker light is commonly used in Tau's way of war as it allows for the utmost accuracy when targeting the enemy. It projects a simple beam upon a target and is used to guide other weapons to it. Normally, this will be used to guide Tau seeker missiles to a heavily fortified area or even to take out the enemy from extremely long range. It is also a component of ambush tactics, as it is used to mark up the enemy positions so that multiple targets may be destroyed simultaneously, causing havoc within the enemy lines. It's just a laser pointer. That's all it is. It doesn't let don't let Tau propaganda blind you. You point it at the enemy and you just pew harder. That's literally all it does.
But it's extremely effective.
It is a laser pointer. So after that is the Photon Grenades. A defensive grenade that blinds and disorientates attackers with multispectral light and a sonic burst. It is hardly used in offensive situations. Fire warriors do not normally charge enemies in combat, and they are too complicated for crude hands. As a result, they are thrown at charging enemies so that fire warriors can smash them quickly. It's a flashbang grenade.
Yeah.
It is a flashbang grenade. Would be better as a quackbang grenade, though. After that is the EMP grenades. Enough said. It's an EMP grenade.
EMP.
After that is the Auger Blade. This is a long, broad-bladed spear mounted on lightweight metallic shaft. The Auger Blade is used to settle disputes between Ethereal Class members and it's styled bloodless duels.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Ethereals often master the sword so well that it becomes visible when wielded, making it extremely hard to defend against. It is a weave's wet dream, a katana.
Yes.
It's just a katana.
Katanas are very powerful. Some would say too powerful. Some might even say overpowered.
You can go ahead and bonsai charge me. I'll just shoot you with the radium carbine.
All right, buddy. When we get our tabletops all figured out, you'll see. I'll have a Tau melee army, and you will regret your words and your deeds at that point.
Hey, Kyle, how well did that go when you tried to get into melee range with my Skatari Rangers?
Well, if I didn't roll so bad, it would have been a different story.
See? It was all the rolls. Your Rangers suck.
When my warriors don't reanimate, it's a bad time.
Yeah, I wiped out an entire army of his warriors in one shooting range round. Necron warriors.
It's the luck of the die, you know. So sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not.
So back to war gear. The next one is called the Bonding Knife. This is a ceremonial knife not intended for combat, carried by the leader of the Firecast warriors teams, who have performed what's called the Tau Larissa. It is a ritual that binds the group together as brothers. Among firework squads, it's considered forging a brotherhood. They live, fight, and die together. This one is cool. Okay, I like this one.
They are blood brothers.
All right, so enough with the basic Firecast weapons. Let's talk about battle suit weapons now. So first one is called a burst cannon. The burst cannon is a bigger cousin to the pulse carbine. It sacrifices its ability to pin down the enemy for a greater increased rate of fire. This weapon is very common on Tau battle suits and vehicles. Next one is the flamer. Used mainly in close quarters and urban environments, this weapon is considered a backup to Tau, as Tau will avoid close combat at all costs. It is effective at close ranges, but can leave the user in danger of getting trapped in hand-to-hand combat. Even a Tau will burn a heretic, or in this case, capitalist, apparently. Next one is Diffusion Blaster. Used when hunting enemy tanks and commanders, Diffusion Blaster can punch through armor like there's nothing there and can drop even the heaviest of targets with a single well-placed shot. They mostly use this one when versing tanks and space marines. After that one is the missile pod.
I like missile pods. I like missiles.
The missile pod is used on Tau battle suits as a long-range support weapon. It has high rate of fire and long range, and makes it arguably one of the best weapons for a battle suit. Because you literally just lay down fire all over the area with the fucking missiles. After that one is the plasma rifle. Often used in conjunction with missile pods and fusion blasters, the plasma rifle is capable of penetrating the heaviest of infantry armor. So you can take a guess which one this is mostly used against also. Next one is the Railgun. Mounted on the Xv8 Broadside Battle Suit and loaded with a solid
The Railgun is their worst weapon, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much an anti-tank weapon.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad.
Well, the Railgun has no match when it comes to taking down infantry vehicles. No armor is too thick, no vehicle too tough. It has more range than any other gun used by Tau infantry. It's pretty much like a sniper anti-tank rifle.
Do any of the Tau mechs have like I know they aren't known for melee weapons, but outside of like the flamer here and there, do they have like any other sort of melee options like I'm
Not
thinking of like fists that explode, or
not entirely. Like I said, the Tau
maybe
usually,
shockwave technology.
no, Tau usually avoid melee at all costs. The melee, when it comes to melee, the Taos who use it are actually their allies, like the Kroot and the Vespids. They're the ones who go up front and take the melee hits, while the Tau are behind them providing fire support.
Okay.
The only mech suit who actually has a melee weapon is actually Commander Farsight, who has a demon sword. Yeah, he actually has a demon sword and goes forward and slashes people.
He has a fuck off chaos sword.
I mean, that sounds awesome.
And other than that is Ethereals, who aren't good in melee, but they're better than the basic Tau because they have that sword.
Well, I thought the Ethereals they just like buff and support, and they
Yes,
basically, I don't know if you'd call it sorceries, but they have like a supporting ability.
Yeah, their main goal is to be out there supporting the troops. But when it comes to melee, they have one of the best melee weapons, usually when it comes to actual Tau, than like Kroot and Vespid.
Well, they're more
Because
like
it's
the warlords, right? Like the Ethereals. But just like any other warlord, when a warlord got to put down, they're put down.
Yeah, so they're able to fight.
So, what if you had an army full of nothing but Ethereals, and they were all just buffing each other with swords?
That's gonna be very hard if you actually like use battlements, because you won't have a lot of units.
Do they
'Cause they're-
cost a lot of points?
You can only have so many units.
Oh,
There's like to follow. If you're gonna do like the battle forge, you have to follow like the detachment rules. And detachment rules, you can only have so many like commander units, so many HQ units. So like, oh, I'm gonna run just all HQ units. Well, okay, well you can only have 6 units on the board. Here you go.
You can have 6 units. And you have
You gotta fight this army of orcs that have like fucking like 25 models to your 6.
okay.
And then also you have
when
no
you're gonna
command
have a
points.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have no strategic.
Yeah. Then if you don't have command points, you can't use any strategies to help you out either. Because you'd be spending all your command points on all the detachments that you could possibly use for your 6 guys. So it's not very lucrative that way. But that's something to learn at a later day if we ever want to discuss tabletop stuff. We could teach you detachments and everything.
That's something you can talk about, Kyle, because you know tabletop rules better than I do.
I know tabletop better. Maybe I'll do that one day for a solo stream if you can't make it or something. Maybe I'll do a tabletop.
I'd like to be here and learn the tabletop rules.
You want me to be the teacher on that one?
Yeah, if you want.
Sure.
And then also
we'll set something up.
Kyle, you better have your PowerPoint slides ready.
Oh,
yeah, you gotta be just like me. You gotta.
I'm gonna paint the slides as we go. You know, paint them all down.
Well, I figured what we could do is I could go to a place and then I can show how horrible I am at painting and while you talk about that.
Oh, you want to paint while I talk? Oh,
no, trust me, it ain't gonna be good. It ain't gonna be pretty.
What are you gonna? What's your go-to to paint right now? What would you be painting? Say we swap places right now. You're gonna do the painting. I'll talk tabletop. What would you paint?
I'd probably be painting some orc.
You ever get that? The big fuck off orc you got? You ever get him finished, or is he still in pieces?
He is still in pieces. Yeah, I have not finished that working out yet. I only have the base set up. I haven't set up like all the all the little like pieces yet.
Oh boy.
Oh well, let's get back to weapons. I have one last battle suit weapon, and that is the SMS, which is the Smart Missile System. So this is one of the most unique weapons in the Tau arsenal. It is a Smart Missile System, or SMS. It fires drone-guided missiles that seek out the target, tracks them down regardless of where they're hiding, over walls. Cover will not protect the target from these missiles. The SMS can be mounted on Tau skimmers and the Xv8 Broadside Battle Suit.
Wow.
Speaking of that, let's actually talk about the actual battle suits now.
Here we go.
So the first one is the Xv8 Battle Suit. The Xv8 Battle Suit is an experimental armored battle suit reserved for only the worthiest of the Tau Firecast system. Tau Firecast commanders. Sorry. It can be armed with a burst cannon, fusion blaster, plasma rifle, and a flamer. It is actually protected by a small energy field generated from an emitter node worn on the left hand, Advanced sensor arrays can detect and identify hostiles even if they are protected by heavy cloaking. A jetpack and thrusters are mounted on the back of the frame. The battlesuit can be equipped with a mobile stealth field generator to keep hidden from sight. Tower drones can be programmed to follow the Xv8 and assist us where in defense and weapon tracking. This is like the top of the top battlesuits. Like, it is actually like still like being like finished and worked on. That's like how good it is.
Okay, that's their like experimental tech.
Yeah, like I say, it's a prototype. So the next one is the Xv8 Crisis Battle Suit.
Wait, so do the numbers indicate anything? So like an Xv22 versus Xv88, do those indicate anything, or is it just like the number?
It's like a version. Like it's like the version 22, version 8.
Okay.
It's like this that's what I think. I'm not entirely too sure. It doesn't even explain in the wiki. I think Games Workshop just came up with this and like, oh, this sounds cool. Bam.
Fair enough. Absolutely right, sir.
So, the Xv8 Battle Suit, fire warriors who work hard enough can be promoted to the rank of Xiaozi, or Xiaozu. God, the fucking language is so confusing. Which is the commander. As a commander, they can either lead teams of fire warriors or choose to become an Xv8 Crisis Battlesuit pilot. A Battlesuit pilot gains the honor of piloting an Xv8 Battlesuit. It is a heavy endoskeleton that can lift heavy loads and protect the pilot from any danger. The suit is able to fire heavy weapons, use a jetpack for mobility, a common 40k tactic known as jump, shoot, jump. No idea what that is. You have the stratagem, so why don't you look that up? And have various systems installed, such as drone controller. They can even be promoted to a Shazvir, which is pretty much like a bodyguard. There are also teams of bodyguards and two commanders. The Xv8 Battlesuit series can be customized to equip accordingly to threats the Tau Empire will face. This versatility is what makes the Xv8 Crisis Battlesuit one of the most useful units available to the Tau. This is pretty much what you fucked up Kyle with.
Yeah, dude, I ran him over with those.
The reason on the thing I say is like the XV is the version is because this is like version 8, which is like one of the most common placed battle suits.
Okay.
So the next one I have on the list is the Xv25 stealth suits.
Those are actually really interesting to me. I don't think they're probably utilized that much, but the idea is really cool. You could just like go chameleon.
Yeah, well, the stealth suits, let's talk about them so you can learn a bit more about them. So the stealth pilots work alone, independently from the rest of their cadre. They scout ahead with the rest of the scout army, take out key units such as commanders, or ambushing tanks and infiltrate to cripple them. Stealth suits use what's called a stealth field generator, which allow them to fight unseen, even when in plain view. Stealth suits can only take two different weapons, the Diffusion Blaster or the Burst Cannon. The stealth capability allows the stealth suit teams to operate ahead of the main Tau force or even behind enemy lines when deployed. Stealth suits will always deploy in the last phase of deployment. They also deploy outside of the where the Tau main force is. Another option for stealth suits is to strike deep into enemy territory during the battle. This is almost completely unpredictable to both the Tau and the enemy, albeit to a lesser degree for the former. Stealth suits may arrive at any time during a battle, often position themselves directly behind important adversarial units. Even the exact location of their insertion when deep striking is not completely within the Tau control, representing the independent and unique nature of these teams.
Army of one, baby. Army of one.
Well, they're not army of ones. They're like a small team. Like usually like around 2 to 3.
He do what I want.
They're like the Marines, dude. They just drop in. They're like, pow, pow.
I think more like Navy SEALs.
Or, yeah.
Now, we're not talking Sly Marbo here.
Well, Sly Marvo of them, they use the X-15 battle suit. It's pretty much the same exact thing, but they focus more on like single person. So they usually carry like a bit of a heavier weapon. And also their stealth suit is actually like more heavily armored and has a better stealth field generator.
That actually makes me want to get a couple of the stealth suits. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, in tabletop, I think what they do is like you'll be up there fighting, and then you just deploy them.
You should upload it to our now active Discord. Oh.
Yeah.
In the mini section.
Yeah, we actually have a Discord now for anybody that wants to join.
Insert plug in here.
Yeah, I might post a couple of my things there. I don't have very much. Well, I actually kind of want to paint a couple things. I've only painted a unit or two more than I had previous. But I want to get started going on those, and I don't know. I was watching that guy learning some of the techniques in that. I need that shade paint or whatever it is, that layer paint.
Yeah, put it on your list, and then go on and get yourself some. That's what I've done.
Yeah, that stuff actually seemed to work pretty well. Watching that guy, but I mean, he was kind of like a genie, bro.
All right, that's it. I'm not really good when it comes to all that painting stuff, so yeah, that's all you guys. I can put whatever I can paint up there. But
what kind of stuff do you even have put together?
Mostly just orcs.
He was a big orc guy until he got into the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yeah, I bought the Codex and I absolutely love them. But we're still talking. Let's talk about the battle suits. There's only one last one. The Xv8 Broadside Suit.
Okay, I got one of those.
Yeah, this is actually this is their most common battle suit.
Yeah,
it's given to veteran warriors. It's more heavily armed, but less versatile than other battle suits. It's armed with twin-linked railguns. It is almost guaranteed to hit and destroy any unit. They're also equipped with either a smart missile system or a twin-linked plasma rifle. So it can be a very good infantry killer and also a tank killer as well.
Yeah, those things, it seemed like you could get a bunch of different configurations depending on how you wanted it. You could have a variety of different weapons and such.
Yeah, like I said, that's their most basic battle suit. It's just the one they field in the most numbers. All the other ones are for elite units. This one is probably
they're a little more lenient issuing those.
Yeah, they could probably have, instead of having 3 of them, you probably have a group of 5 going out there to be tank hunters.
Right.
So that is all their war gear. How would you like to hear about the Tau being killed? Yeah, we all like to hear that, right?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I'll roll with it.
So let's talk about the Damocles Gulf Crusade. The very first time the Tau and the humans fought. And we can all guess how that went.
For the Emperor.
So, like I said, the Damocles Gulf Crusade was the first major war the Tau had with the Imperium. The Tau Empire were expanding rapidly into what's called the Lidus sector of the Ultima Segmentum. Or as I like to call it, the Blueberry Orchard.
Blueberry Orchard. Oh, we need Bob.
I need to tell that to Bob and see how mad he gets.
Oh, he won't like that. Blueberry Orchard. That got me.
I know, because I sent you my script. I didn't put it in there just for that.
You did not. I was not expecting that one. Oh, man. That was good.
All right. So, how this is going was that members of the Watercats had several trade agreements with Imperial worlds, at the edge of Tau space. And when the Administratum heard of this, they were very alarmed and pissed. Because they were thinking, oh god, our planets are being corrupted by Xenos. And they were correct. So, for a century they planned, an assault, and they called for a crusade against the Tau. So the crusade was mostly led by, you can guess it, the resident blueberries. The good old Ultramarines. The fucking blueberries. Fucking everywhere, man.
Good old blueberries.
So this assault actually caught the Tau off guard because they were not expecting just kind of assault, and they just tore through their outlying settlements and just push deep into their space. But after literally millions of losses, they eventually were able to, at the Tau world of Dalth Prime, the Crusade was halted as the Tau's technological advantage and the crew's overwhelming numbers thwarted their attempts to take the world.
The crew, yeah.
Yeah, the crew are pretty much given a rifle and told, go.
Dude, that's kind of fucking awesome.
They're your Soviet Union, your Soviet soldier, pretty much.
Yeah, they're pretty much just, here's a rifle, go. Here's a rifle, go. Here's ammo, go. So, again, along with this, again, they're being held there, like, assault after assault trying to take this is just thwarted. And then something else actually really horrible happened. A hive fleet called Hive Fleet Behemoth entered Imperium space and started eating the world, just going nom 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 to everything.
A hive fleet is the Tyranids.
Yes, the Nids.
The Nids showed up.
Yeah, and
I like it.
You think the crew have overwhelming numbers? The Hive Fleet could have anywhere, the trillions upon trillions of
just never
ships. Yeah, if you actually zoom out, like to the point you can actually see the spiral of the universe, you can see little dark tendrils coming out from dark space, going from dark space all the way to almost to the center of the galaxy. That is an entire fucking Hive Fleet. Yeah, they are horrifying.
I mean, that sounds. Yeah, I
literally
really
cockroaches, man.
Guys.
It's like they're just everywhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with those
Dude,
guys.
even cockroaches have nothing on the fucking Nids. Think about that. I think the closest thing you can think about them is what's called a super colony of ants. That is the closest thing we could possibly think about them.
Super colony.
Yeah, I'm showing my nerd off here. A super colony, pretty much a colony of ants spreading from almost an entire state.
Oh,
like their hive expanding, like I said, an entire state. That's a super colony. Put 100 of those together, that's a hive fleet.
Damn.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's again, that's just their basic ships. That's not even units. They actually make their units on the ground. That's just ships.
What? How do they reproduce?
Pretty much they grab you, they toss you into a pool, dissolve you, and then they eat your biomass and then use that to make units.
Oh, they farm. They farm other
they use
individuals.
They use organic biomass to make more people or the more bugs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I will. If it's requested,
we'll have a NIDS episode on all that.
I mean, if you want, you can jump in if you're interested in the NIDS.
They got some cool stuff too. Just looking at their models, they look really cool.
On tabletop, they're not the greatest though.
It's all for
it's all for
a good time.
There's always a new codex coming out.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I think the NIDS are actually getting the next codex, right?
I think the Custodies and the Gene Stealers.
Well, the Gene Stealers are technically NIDS.
Yeah, they're technically part of the NIDS, but they aren't actually the NIDS. The NIDS just use the Gene Stealers.
Yeah, like I said, we'll have another episode on those two later.
But they're the next. That's the next two coming out. Is the Custodies and the Gene Stealers. I don't know what's after that. I know the Tau Codex is supposed to come out in January, so actually, I think the Tau will be after them then, because it's already December.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Maybe it'll be the Tau versus the NIDS or something like that.
Well, speaking of that, let's go back to Damocles' Crusade. So, after the Hive Fleet Behemoth threatening the Imperium, they actually agreed to the Watercats' frantic calls for peace. By 7042 Millennia 41, the Imperium fleets left and dealt with Hive Fleet Behemoth. And then in 903 Millennia 41, a splinter fleet from the Hive Fleet Behemoth invaded Tau space. This Hive Fleet was called the Gorgon, and this Hive Fleet actually has something really cool. It was even better at defensive adaptation than Behemoth. So pretty much after a few conflicts with the Tau, it actually gained resistance to Tau energy weapons.
Yeah, NIDS evolve as they eat. So like as you shoot them as they shot them with their guns, they became resistant to their guns.
Dude, that's busted.
Yeah, the again, a little bit about them. Their whole thing is that they adapt to everything. You shoot them with guns, you shoot them with basic ballistics, they'll adapt harder carapace that deflects it. You shoot them with lasers, all of a sudden, guess what? They now have a coating that deflects the lasers.
The lasers are bouncing off.
Yeah, the fucking las guns are bouncing off. Oh, you went up and you punched him, and then all of a sudden his face collapsed. Oh, guess what? Their bones are now denser, so therefore there's resistance to you punching them.
So every time you fight them, and the new set of warriors come out of the biomass, they re-engineer them so they're stronger for whatever you were shooting them with.
Yeah, so this is why they're so hard to deal with, because they just adapt to everything.
Yeah, that's kind of broken.
So, after they were resistant to their plasma weapon, all their weapons, they were losing colony after colony, and then the Administratum, they actually had they called the Administratum and teamed up with them to fight High Fleet Gorgon. It took both armies to finally destroy it, and they lost millions.
Jesus.
Millions of both soldiers and civilians were just eaten. And literally, the Tau are actually still rebuilding from that to the current era. That's actually so. The current era, they're actually trying to do another expansion after the galaxy was split in half by Chaos, destroying Cadia. So yeah, right now they're currently trying to expand and rebuild their numbers because just how many losses from High Fleet Gorgon.
Yeah,
and
Nids are no joke for this shit, man.
Yeah, they have destroyed an entire species. So that's why it's actually saying that currently, the Nids are one of the most, like, they see them as their biggest threat after that.
I mean, understandable.
And that's it. That's all the notes I have on the Tau. How'd you like it, Kevin?
Hey, not too bad, buddy.
Feel like you're a little bit more knowledgeable on them now?
Yeah, you solidified the fact that they are excellent. They do have excellent melee capabilities.
You know, they've only just got eaten by Tau Rippers. Excellent melee.
I was looking briefly. It looked like the Tau had a civil war amongst themselves as well.
Yeah, that is the Far Side Enclave. Right. Yeah, when the Far Side Enclave broke apart, they had a short civil war.
That will be covered in the Far Side episode. We'll go more into that.
I just seen it briefly. I didn't put two and two together.
Yeah, because the Far Side Enclave is actually a separate entity from the Tau Empire. Yeah,
really?
Yeah, Far Side, a little bit on Far Side. He just didn't really like how the Tau cast was and like the Ethereals. So he pretty much said, "Yeah, fuck you guys. I'm making my own with blackjack and hookers."
That, I mean, that's my kind of guy.
Which is why I'm thinking you're probably gonna be painting your guys in the Far Side Enclave.
Dude, I might have to do that. I don't know how the hell I've been painting them. I just need a color scheme.
I think in your codex it actually does have like a lot of them have factions.
If you want to follow a certain faction or a certain type of like faction of the Tau, they'll have the paint scheme there for you to follow. But you can also always paint your own and be like, and make up your own faction.
I've seen that they have different color schemes and stuff in here. But I gotta see, because if it looks cool too, I'm 100% doing that.
Yeah, I think they also might have extra bonuses because usually when you go with a certain faction, they get like add-ons.
Yeah, if you go a certain faction and you battle forge them and stuff, then yeah, you get little bonuses and stuff that the codex follow. But they also have a set where if you make your own faction, you got a list of stuff you can choose from.
I think that's only in current edition codexes.
I'll say that might not be in the 8th. That might just be in the 9th, which will be coming out soon for Tau.
Yeah, because I had the 8th edition Orc Codex that I gave to Bao. It didn't have that. You couldn't make your own Orc clan.
Okay, because I know the 9th edition of Necrons does. And Sisters.
Yeah.
The Sisters.
I don't see any paint schemes for the Far Side Enclave.
I think what you gotta do is do you have like factions on your codex?
No. Maybe?
I can't really. No, maybe one day when we hang out together, you can just show me.
If you come over on a Warhammer day, we'll watch some Warhammer TV. Maybe when I get the kill team up and running, because I'm actually pretty fucking close.
You only got like 17 more terrain pieces to paint.
I have 2 more terrain pieces after this one, and then
that's it.
And then all the terrain's finally fucking done, and then I have to build my orcs and my Krieg boys and paint them.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I'm actually pretty close to being able to at least, run this kill team. And then when my other kill team comes in, then I'll have more terrain to build with Sisters and Tau.
Hell yeah.
I know Kevin's so excited about that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Another thing we should do, Kyle, when we actually start doing kill team, we should actually stream it.
I can try.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
I was thinking about that. I don't know how well it would actually work. I would definitely like to have adult beverages while doing that.
Oh, making a party?
I mean, we don't have to get crazy, but you have a little cooler,
I mean, I'm definitely be down for that.
I'm down for it.
I don't know about Twitch's terms of service.
Oh, we'll just wrap the bottles in tape.
Yeah, there we go. We'll just say we're drinking non-sponsored brew.
Yeah. If they sponsor me, maybe we'll talk about something here.
Only enough, a couple YouTubers I do listen to have actually not sponsored by have been sponsored by Bud Light.
Huh.
So it's actually very possible Bud Light will sponsor us if we get big enough.
Well, there you go.
I know you're not a fan of it, but
well, if I'm getting paid to drink beer, I'll drink beer.
Dude, if I'm ever getting paid to drink beer, I don't have a job anymore, bro. That is my job.
But it is 9:05. Did you want to wrap it up, Kyle?
If we're ready to wrap it up, or we want to talk some more, I'm down for whatever.
I say my throat's getting hoarse.
I'm pretty sure you're getting ready to call it quits here.
I know the scrap code's winning at this point.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna finish this this little orc skull here, just this little bit, and then we'll call it a day. Yeah, that's good enough right
there. Dude, that thing's actually starting to look pretty sweet.
I will be putting on more red and iron hands. I'm just getting the basics of everything. We're getting there. Starting to get some of the yellow down, get some of the yellow highlights of the outside, and then I still have the inside to do. I did a little bit of the inside, but
that red's popping.
I love the red highlights, the red and yellow orc I got, so
that red's popping, dude.
Speed freaks, man.
Well, all right. So this has been The Art of Lore with me, Kyle, my brother Alan, and our special guest, Tau Kevin, who's here to learn the Tau as we've spoken here with the Tau, and we do plan on doing more factions of the Tau, like we said with the Far Side Enclave and everything, Commander Far Side and his big fuck off chaos sword. And there will be more going on later, and we do plan on bringing Tau Kevin back on if he enjoyed himself.
Cheers.
Say, pretty sure he definitely wants to be there for the Far Side Enclave.
I mean, it wouldn't be right if I wasn't.
No, you definitely got to be there for it. You want to talk Tau melee? You got to talk the biggest fucking Tau melee guy in the army.
Dude, I mean, they might be onto something with him. Man, that codex is gonna drop. He's gonna delete a whole army with one, you know those memes. Teleports behind you. Nothing personal, kid. That's gonna be him, bro. New codex drop. You believe it, baby.
Well, join our Discord. We have a Discord now. Going to the show's info or about. I think it's on the banner somewhere about there. Is the Discord page. We also have a Instagram now that I will be posting pictures of the minis I painted. I'm gonna do some that I first started and then some that I've done now. So a little bit of a comparison from the past couple months since I started doing this. Work in progress paintings or pictures and from all the episodes and yeah, so on and so forth. And jump on our Discord and show me your minis if you got any. I'd love to see what you guys can do. And hear anything
I would love to hear.
and you can send out Alan out there. We got a thing there for to send out the Explorator. If you have anything you want to hear about, anything you want to know about any Warhammer lore, anything you're interested in or want to know more about, you can let us know and we'll send him out there to go find it for us.
So I would love to go out and get some more tasty info of whichever you guys want.
So, and until the next time, this has been The Art of Lore, and we hope you all have a good night.
Night, guys.
Night, guys.